And here, finally, we see another one done. This is the Royal Enfield Interceptor 750 Series 2 engine, and it's had a full strip and rebuild, including the gearbox, and it's now ready to go in a frame and become a complete motorcycle. And I think this one is going into a Rickman Interceptor rolling chassis, as far as I'm aware. It's had a full strip with the crank big end journals were like new on standard size, so I fitted some new shells in the end. I got them from a reputable supplier, although the originals were also in pretty good shape. All the old bits are going back with it. We've got everything there. New main bearings. Obviously there's no sludge trap as such in the cranks of these, but I took the end plugs out of the crank and checked and cleaned in there anyway. We've had new piston rings. The pistons and the bores were very good. They cleaned up well. We've had new valves and guides, and I've had to seat and grind them in, and a few silly little things missing, like the odd stud, like that one for instance for the head steady, that was missing. There was one missing from one of the rocker boxes where I had to also drill and helicoil a thread because the thread was stripped in there. A few funny little things like that. And like I say, the gearbox, I had to strip that because that would only turn very reluctantly because the big bearing in there had rust in it and was very stiff and very notchy. So that's had a full check over as well. Basically, it's all timed up correctly and the valve clearances are set, so on. We've got 6 thou on the inlets and 7 thou on the exhausts. These engines don't have nil, like most previous Royal Enfield engines did. Obviously all the oil ways are clear. We've had the heads and barrels blasted and the barrels painted in heat resistant silver as they would have been. So it's had a thorough going over from top to bottom, and even a new drain plug come oil filter, because even that was in bad shape, so it's had a new one. The oil pump has all been checked out and the drive to it, that's all alright. We've got new seals for the crank end feed and the points, and on the drive side we've got 2 new seals in the primary case for the crankshaft and the main shaft. So everything's had a good going over, and it's now ready to go home, and hopefully I can get it off this bike lift without breaking my back, and then I'll finally have room to get another bike on here, because I've got one waiting, and that'll be next, and that's going to be quite an interesting project, although whether I'll be able to share that one straight away or not is another matter. But there's plenty ready to be going on with here to fill future videos with, hopefully stuff that might interest a few people. But there we are, Royal Enfield Interceptor 750 Series 2 engine, all ready to go again.